Welcome back to the Sipping Sooner. Thank you for joining me again today. Well, it's time for us to go on in here and break this down, man. See who's doing what, see what's real and what ain't real. So grab your drink, you already know, and let's get it. Alright, before we even get into all that, man, let's talk about something, man. We already know the details. 49-0 last year. We out there playing with a running back and a tight end at the quarterback position. But somehow, these idiots still want to sit here and a year later still taking credit for that like they really did something special, man. It's pretty simple. If you can't do nothing with the ball offensively, and we already know we didn't have any depth on the defensive side of the ball, so what do you think happened? Defense got wore down. They got 49 points. Scored at will. We all know we are not showing up like that this year. So I'm not going to do too much trash talking. I'm just going to tell you what the damn deal is. You know what I mean? I'm going to call it just like I see it. Some of it's going to be good for OU fans. Some of it ain't. Some of it ain't going to be good for the Texas fans. So either way, I'm just going to tell you what the fuck's really going on out here. Let's start off with first. All this shit about Texas's schedule has been so much tougher than the OU. Man, check this shit out. So Alabama, I think pretty much it's a consensus that out of all the Alabama teams that we done seen in the recent years, this is probably one of the weaker offenses that they've had in a while. You know, I mean, you probably have to go all the way back to, unfortunately, Jalen Hurts, you know, when he was a freshman. And even then, they played bully ball and just ran that shit down your throat. Well, this Alabama team hasn't even done that yet. You know, Milrose, he might turn out to be a decent quarterback, but, at the beginning of the year when Texas played them, shit, man, please. That dude was not ready to do anything out there on that field. And as I was watching the game, man, what the fuck? The center just kept basically rolling the ball back to him. He wasn't even snapping it at some points, man. Like, damn, why is he... Every time he had to bend down and scoop the ball up, first of all, his timing was already off on the play. And second of all, then by the time he looks up, it's too late, man. The dude can't read defense. His first read is already shot. So then what do you think's going to happen? They start getting sacks. He starts making bad plays, throwing interceptions, all kind of shit. But who's the beneficiary of all that? Texas. Man, look, y'all got to improve defensive line. No doubt, Texas. But don't come in this motherfucker trying to act like y'all, y'all something that damn special. Y'all got a bunch of fat-ass motherfuckers in the middle. Sweat. But, man, look. Y'all about to find out. Now, our offensive line, they ain't nothing to be motherfucking, tooting a horn about right now. They gon' have a challenge on their hands. But anyway, let's go over this real quick. So they beat Rice. I'm still trying to figure out on what planet do we start giving teams credit for beating Rice? Huh? And Rice turns around and barely beats struggling ass Houston by 2 points. And we know how we feel about Houston, right? You know, they beat Alabama. Like I said, with one of the worst offensive performances probably in the last 10, 12 years by Alabama. Come on, man. Wyoming, once again, when did we start giving people credit for beating Wyoming? Texas Tech went up there and got they sorry asses beat, another struggling team. Come on, man. Baylor. Baylor just won their second game of the season last week when they finally got their damn quarterback back, okay? Man, stop the bullshit. All the smoke and mirrors, man. Kansas. Jason Bean, like I said, I like Jason Bean. But he ain't Daniels. And we know Daniels is a little bit more dynamic of a runner and a decision maker. Probably got a little bit more accurate arm than Bean. Bean can throw the ball, though. But that ain't the problem with Kansas. The problem with Kansas is that if you go back and look at Kansas, I think their defense ain't as good as people want to think it is. I mean, go look at their shit. And if you really think about it, you shouldn't be that damn shocked. I don't think any of us think that Kansas got like 2 or 3 deep at all their positions. I mean, it's Kansas. They just now started doing something last year. Come on, man. I mean, outside of beating Texas. Sorry assholes. But anyway, let's get into this, man. Let's go defense first. So let's talk defensive line. All right, Texas is coming with Sweat, Murphy, Collins, Burke, and then OU's countering with Bothroyd, Terry, Laulu, and Downs, and others, you know. When it comes down to the defensive lines, unfortunately, like I said, man, y'all gonna take credit all day for beating Alabama in the trenches. We know Alabama's offensive line, once again, even though they got 80 damn 5-stars on the offensive line, I don't know what's going on with that shit, but them boys look like they was lost like a motherfucker. And it didn't have nothing to do with y'all. Believe that. I think them boys is just, I don't know if they not developing right or what's going on over there these days, but that was downright pathetic, man. And then the center, he can't snap the damn ball. Man. So yeah, they made y'all look a whole lot better than what it really is. Y'all got a good defensive line. Y'all nowhere near how as good as y'all think y'all are, though. OU's defensive line, I think, is underrated, if anything. Yeah, they don't have a bunch of sacks, but I mean, you're not going to get a bunch of sacks when you're playing against teams that keep max protected. Hopefully that changes, because I promise you, you let Texas come out here and be cocky and think that they don't have to max protect. I know that they see it on film. I know that Sarkisian them see that shit on the film, though, that, oh, man, wait a minute now. I think we might have to leave somebody in there, Brooks or somebody in there, to save that ass. But I think if they try to block us head up, even as good as they think they are, I think our defensive line is we gonna get a couple of sacks, you know, easy. Because anybody that actually watched the games know every quarterback we done played doesn't have to run for his damn life. Believe that shit. We bringing the pressure. It ain't. I haven't seen somebody just sit back there all day and survey the land. You know, you got to get the ball out when you fucking around with us right now. But that's all right. Go ahead and test that shit, Texas. But when it comes down to it, man, like I said, I give this shit a draw. You know, I do. I mean, if you look at our defensive line, even though they not getting sacks, they playing their ass off, pressuring the quarterback every damn play. We shutting down the run. They eating up blocks, letting Stutzman and Canick and all those guys get to the ball. You know what I mean? I say that shit's a draw on the defensive line. Now, let's move over to linebacker. Linebacker, Texas is rolling out there with Ford, Anthony Hill, Bender, and Bush. OU, we got Stutzman, Canick, McCullough, because I count him as a linebacker because he's going to be in the box a lot. At the end of the day, Stutzman and Ford, they basically cancel each other out. Canick and Hill's freshman. Canick, damn pretty much a freshman. If you ask me, they basically offset. So then it comes down to Bender, Bush against McCullough. McCullough done missed some of the season. So, I mean, his experience in this defense got kind of set back by a couple of games. So, and Bender, we know, got experience. So, I'm going to have to give a nod to Texas on the linebackers. But slightly, though. You know what I'm saying? I mean, last time I checked, Danny Stutzman still leading all their asses with tackles. And he ain't playing nowhere near as many snaps as he had to play last year. So, that's saying something. All right, let's move to the back end. Let's talk some safeties. Safeties, in my opinion, they got Catalan, Barron, Thompson. Catalan is good, but once again, he's a little bit overrated. I watched Arkansas back in the day when he was there. Some days he showed his natural ass. Other days you like, what is this dude doing? So it ain't like that's nothing special. He's a good safety, not a great safety. OU, we counter him with Billy Bowman, Peyton Bowen, Reggie Pearson, Keith Lawrence. I don't think it's even up for debate. We got the safety position on lock. So I ain't trying to hear it. Now let's go to cornerback. Cornerback, you got Watts, which a lot of Texas fans will tell you that he might actually be a liability. And then you got Brooks. OU, we got Gentry Williams, who been playing out of his damn mind. And right now, I would go out and say that he's playing shit. He playing next level right now, man. We don't know if he can keep it up, but hey, y'all gonna find out. Then you got our man, Woody Washington. Woody's gonna be consistent. You know what you're getting from Woody. He got plenty of experience. He's gonna be consistent. So, at best, I'll give this a draw. They cornerbacks, in my opinion, ain't as weak as they safety play. But I think this is a draw, though. But at the end of the day, like I said, what I'm trying to get at is that y'all want to sit here and act like y'all's defense is, good enough to carry y'all to the win. Not so much, man. Not so much. And I think that now that y'all finally going up against a quarterback that can hurt y'all asses, you got quarterbacks out there that can throw the ball. You got quarterbacks that can run the ball. It's the quarterbacks that can do both of those and then also have the experience and know what the hell they looking at when they see a defense. Dylan Gabriel been in the motherfucking game long enough. He's not Milroe. Milroe ain't finna go out there and carve up no damn secondary. He's not gonna do it. Now, if a guy's open, he might be able to hit him, but he's not finna sit there and read that defense. He ain't there yet. Dylan can check off. He can He can manipulate safeties with his eyes. And y'all about to find out he's easily the best quarterback y'all done played against. And I don't want to hear no JT Daniels bullshit because he been in college 10 years and still ain't done nothing. I don't want to hear it. So, and then, there's this, they've been playing all the backups. Y'all have been playing every team's backup. We seen another team do something similar to that last year too, didn't we? Their name was TCU. What happened? Yeah, they got their assholes blowed out on national TV in the national championship game. Good for them that they made it. Not good for them that they got bent over on national TV, though. So anyway, let's move over to offense. Offensively, we already know what it is. Quinn overrated Ewers. And if you try to tell me that he ain't overrated, you full of shit. Like I said, we know that this man's rating coming out of high school was absolutely ridiculously overrated. Technically, what is he in? Year 3? Please. We all know, even as Sooners fans, that y'all's best quarterback is Malik Murphy. But, hey, keep him on the sideline, man. Just keep him right over there. Matter of fact, he need to just hit the transfer portal. That's what he should do. Because I'm telling you right now, if they ever play him, they ain't going to ever look back. We ain't worried about Manning. Come on now, please, stop. But anyways, you got old Ewers against Dillon Gabriel. Now, there is such a thing as players not being ready, for this kind of atmosphere, this kind of game. The thing is, man, is that we were saying that same thing about Spencer Rattler. Caleb Williams was in this game. Jalen Hurts. People try to doubt him and say, oh, man, are you ready for this kind of, environment? And Jalen told their motherfucking ass then. I done been in the Iron Bowl. I done been in big games. And don't get me wrong. This is the biggest game in college football for Texas and OU fans. But, that's in our own little world. You know what I mean? That's just where we hold the game. Dillon Gabriel, trust me, he's going to be just fine. Or I hope. Because that's all it comes down to. If he comes out here and he can handle the big stage and don't get too emotional, which I doubt. I mean, his personality, until last week, we ain't really ever seen him get that damn fired up about nothing. But I think Dillon's going to be just fine. And like I said at the beginning of this season, if something is to happen to Dillon Gabriel, it'll be the worst thing that ever happened to y'all, Texas. Because y'all know who's coming in the game if something happened to him. Jackson motherfucking Arnold. Okay? And y'all already know he don't give a fuck. He do have the mental capacity to come in this game and take over this bitch. Believe that shit. All right. So, with that being said, who do I trust most? I'm going to go with Dillon. Because like I said, if he can handle the atmosphere, it's not even close. Who's the better quarterback at this stage, him or Quinn? Like I said, Quinn, dude, please. We'll see what he do. Like I said, Alabama's defense, top to bottom, is probably better than OU's defense. But the problem is they ran into the same problem OU ran into when we played y'all last year. Their offense wasn't producing enough to allow their defense to do anything, get off the field for once. Just out there giving up chunk plays, all kind of shit, man. That's why they call it complementary football. One side has to help the other side. You know what I mean? But anyway, I'm taking Dillon Gabriel. If you don't like it, I don't give a damn. All right. Let's move over to halfback, running back, whatever you want to call it. Brooks, Baxter, Robinson for Texas. In my opinion, They all are pretty good backs, pretty decent backs. There is no Bijan on this roster. Hell, there ain't even no Roshan. OU, we gonna counter with Tyree Walker, Sawchuck, Marcus Major, and Javante Barnes if he plays. We don't have no Kennedy Brooks. We don't have no Ramondre Stevenson. We don't have none of them. At least as of now. And somehow, I don't know what they gonna do, but we thought that Javante and Sawchuck was gonna come out here and tear some ass up this year. It ain't happened. Ain't even came close to happening. Injuries, then this weird ass rotation that they got going on. So if you ask me, if they not gonna open any holes for these guys, then you might just play Tyree and just let him run some people over and get some yards. Is he going to break a 40, 50 yarder? Hell to the fucking no. He don't have that kind of speed. But what he can do is get you 7 to 8 yards on a carry, though. And that's all we would need him to do. Just to keep y'all asses in that box so we can bust you over your head with this pass. But at the end of the day, y'all definitely, Texas has the edge in running back. And as of right now, it's not even fucking close. Let's go to offensive line. Offensive line is the one area I'm going to tell you right now is actually as good as advertised. Yeah, y'all straight up went out and bought all these motherfuckers. Not even on sale either. But anyway, Banks, Connor, Majors, Campbell, Jones. Yeah, them dudes is good, man. They good. No doubt about it. Can't take nothing away from them. But like I said before, our defensive line, they coming for that ass, man. They coming. Our offensive line, Rouse, Bird, or Everett, whichever one they run out there. Andrew Rain, Matoir, and Tyler Guyton. Our offensive line has the potential to match y'all's offensive line. The problem is we ain't seen it. Once again, they go hand in hand with the running game. Running game is supposed to be in the shit this year. Offensive line look like they not blowing anybody off the ball. They not opening up any holes. These guys, when they do get the ball, they ain't got no damn room to operate. But hey, whatever, man. I mean, if they magically all of a sudden come out here and learn how to open holes and run the ball, this game could actually get ugly for Texas. That's the only thing saving y'all ass right now, is that we don't know if these guys going to be able to come out and run this ball. But if we come out and we can run this ball, it's fucking curtains, man. It's curtains. Because that's the only thing that y'all going to be able to try to hang y'all hat on. But all that being said, Texas, y'all got the offensive line hands down. No doubt about it. Let's move over to tight end. If Sanders plays, it's over. Y'all got the edge. If not, Helm is interesting because he's a good blocker, but I mean, he's a receiving tight end, Either way, man, from what we've seen from our tight ends in Stogner and Blake Smith, y'all got this. Once again, unless I know it's almost like we've been waiting as Sooner fans that what are they doing? Are they holding shit back? We ain't seen much of Austin Stogner, getting the targets and stuff. So we've been like, are they doing that on purpose? We haven't seen the running game get going. They've been running, plays that don't really suit their offensive line. So it's almost like they've been trying to bullshit around. But like I said before, I don't think they would have waited until the week to try to get their shit together. So I done lost faith in the fact of them holding shit back as far as, scheme wise. Now, play wise, I'm sure that Jeffrey got something for that ass. But yeah, tight end. I mean, at this point, it don't even matter whether it's Ham or if it's Sanders. Y'all get the edge there. Wide receivers. Now, here we go. We talking about one of the most hyped wide receiver cores against one of the most underrated wide receiver cores. So who's going to win? We got guys over here for OU that most people ain't never heard of, but it don't matter. I told you, man, I love Marvin Mims, CeeDee Lamb, and all these guys. But when you have more than one option, that's when it's the hardest for defenses to cover you. I mean, yeah, we seen CD basically punk the entire Texas secondary a few years ago, didn't we? Yeah, Marvin Mims, he making spectacular catches and shit, toe tapping in the end zone and all this kind of shit. But I like this wide receiver core because you can't really focus on just one wide receiver. I like to be able to have 3 or 4 wide receivers that can bust y'all ass. As far as Texas, we know Worthy, he gonna try to take the top off. And then now you got Mitchell, Whittington still got his ass there. God, how long he been there? Because I swear to God, I seen this man hurt for like 3 seasons, and then he played last year, and then now this year, shit. It's time for him to go, ain't it? Damn, I can swear he played with Duvernay. Ain't that what his name was? Didn't Whitten play with Duvernay? Shit. That was a long time ago, man. Get your ass out of here. I'm actually, hate to say it, I'm going to give Texas the edge in the wide receiver department as well. Because at the end of the day, we got a nice little crew over here. But let's see. We know Anthony, he done played at Michigan. He's ready. He ain't gonna be shook by the big lights and the big stage. Farouk, we know he's been down here before. Stoops, we know he done laid hands on y'all. Nick Anderson, Gavin Freeman, Jaden Gibson. We don't know. I don't think that the atmosphere is gonna affect these guys that much. But at the end of the day, when it comes down to it, man, I think that y'all probably got the edge, in the wide receiver department, but slightly. And what is Brendan Thompson going to do? I don't know. I mean, he don't seem like the kind of guy that would hold grudges or be out for revenge. He ain't like me. But, for all the Texas fans that said, oh, well, he wasn't even, able to get on the field, here at Texas. Well, first of all, y'all didn't fucking need him to get on the field. And neither do we. But if you sitting up there and you trying to lie to yourself and think that this guy won't burn the shit out of your secondary, then you full of shit. You a damn fool. All you got to do is go back, once again, look at the Alabama game. Toasted y'all ass. On plenty of deep plays. We know Anthony. Because, think about this, man. When Worthy hit the scene, we had nobody back there that could actually run with this guy. If he got behind you, it was curtains. All it came down to then was, can the quarterback hit him? Same thing. If Anthony get behind y'all, you ain't gonna. All you can do is grab him. Same thing with Thompson. Both of those guys will run off and leave your ass. But that's all right. Keep thinking that we ain't got nobody. So, anyway, that's my breakdown of offense and defense. Now, Let's put all that shit to the side. Bottom line is this, man. If OU can come out here, get some kind of run game going, they don't have to, Adrian Peterson y'all ass. They don't have to do none of that. If they can just come out and get some kind of run game going, we definitely can win this game. If we cannot run the ball, we ain't winning this game. Because at that point, we become too predictable and too one-dimensional. But the same thing can be said about y'all. Because even though y'all ran up against Kansas and now y'all want to take credit like they some stacked-ass defense, that's what always bugs me about weak-ass motherfuckers, man. There's a lot of guys out here in this world that will prey upon the weaker person and then act like they really done something. It's a damn shame. But anyway, I'm telling you, man, I really don't think y'all gonna have as much success running the ball as you think. Our defensive line and linebackers have played very well. And I'm not talking about who they played. I'm talking about when you look at them on film. These boys, for the most part, they got their asses in the right place. And so I feel very good about them stopping y'all's run game. And if you think, and we know that Texas offensive line, they've been leaning on people, wearing them down and all this. Well, guess what? Once again, that's why Brent, his main focus was adding depth to this team, man. So shit like last year won't happen again. To where you look out there and we got the same 3 or 4 dudes who can barely see straight by the third quarter. They done been on the field so much, We gonna run a shitload of players through there. Dudes coming in, they're gonna be pretty fresh. I don't see y'all wearing us down. Now, yeah, can you do that to less, teams that ain't as deep? Yeah, Kansas, Wyoming, Rice, yeah, on down the line. Yeah. And even Alabama, depending on how they were substituting in that game. Nick Saban ain't quite as willing to run his freshmen out there like that. You know what I mean? Whereas BV, man, I mean, shit, he seemed like he's much more open-minded this year, playing a whole bunch of guys, man. He is not afraid to play a lot of guys out there. So, yeah, I think, and we going to get to see, man, because I really think our defensive line, they're going to be able to get pressure on Ewers. And I mean, I seen him. He been running the ball a little bit more these days, but I promise you, he's on the back half. Matter of fact, he ain't as athletic as Emory Jones, or even the guy Rocco Beck that we played from Iowa State is more athletic. But anyway, he'll probably be the least athletic quarterback we done seen so far this year. And yeah, I think he's gonna have to do a little bit more running for his life than he anticipates. Oh, and by the way, special teams, Texas's kicker has been struggling a little bit this year. Well, not a little bit, a lot bit. He's been pretty good overall in his career, but whatever the deal is, he's been struggling. As far as OU's kicker, he ain't very good either. Our punter is even worse. Man, that is who I'm worried about, because I really don't see. I mean, this dude was shanking punts at home with no pressure. So what do you think is going to happen down here? Man, he might definitely be a liability. So all bullshit aside, man, we already know this game's going to come down to who's going to make the mistakes first. That's all it's going to come down to. So we'll see who that is. I'll be back later this week and we can do some more trash talking. But right now, I think it's going to be a good game. You know, because in my opinion, the pressure's on Texas. I'll put it this way, it'll be a year early for us if we win. You know, we definitely got enough to win this year, but this supposed to be Texas this year. If they don't win it this year, I don't know when the hell they gonna. You know, you think y'all gonna be better next year? I don't think so. So, yeah, we'll see. And like I said before, I do believe this is the first of two meetings. It's not guaranteed because the loser of this game could very well fall apart. You know, the loser of this game could fall apart, and that be that, man. You know, but when you look at both of these teams' schedule, I can easily see both of these teams, you know, because a lot of the teams that a lot of people said that was supposed to be good and tough and all this, they ain't showed up yet, man. We got West Virginia out here putting shit down. Nobody seen them coming. Where was Texas Tech? A lot of people picked Texas Tech to come out here and make the championship. Baylor ain't doing shit. Just got their second win. Kansas State went up there and lost to motherfucking Missouri. In their defense, Missouri's still undefeated. You know, so. Oh, and another thing, man. Y'all keep hanging y'all hat on this Alabama win. Y'all's little brother might fuck around and beat Alabama this weekend. Texas A&M might whoop Alabama's ass this weekend. If they do that, that kind of takes a little thunder out of y'all's win, don't it? I guess you can always, you know, y'all fuck asses will probably try to fall back on the, oh man, well, they won at home. We went on the road and won. But I tell you what, the Alabama team that they finna play Saturday is a lot better than the Alabama team that y'all played at the beginning of the year. But hey, that's just how it goes. That's how, I mean, they had plenty of time to get ready for y'all. Y'all had time to get ready for them. They showed up with a quarterback that can't motherfucking read a lick of defense. They had to know they was finna lose that game to y'all. I was telling people all offseason that y'all was gonna probably beat Alabama, and they didn't want to hear it then. You know, OU fans, sometimes we don't want to hear anything good about our rivals or our opponents or whatever. I just tell it like it is, man. And what I'm telling you is that y'all might get y'all ass served come Saturday. That's what I'm telling you. If we lose, it ain't the end of the world. I already said that we was going to lose this game, you know, before the season even started, and then turn around and beat y'all asses in the championship. But now that I done watched this play a little bit, I done seen the progression, I'm taking that shit back. We gonna whoop y'all ass come Saturday. You know. So, that's just how it is. Sipping sooner, and I'm out of this bitch. Peace.